Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Um, so I am going to be doing my friendship reading on Jimin and Jungkook because I've realized that I did two romance readings on these two and I never did a friendship one. So I am going to do that friendship JiKook reading, and we're just gonna see, the aspects in their friendship and what's currently going on in their friendship. And let's just get into it. Oh, before we get into it, I also want to say that usually most of the ships that you guys are requesting, I either have it already in video or in written form. I have like my whole BTS master list link in the description box below if you want to go and check out those other readings. But this is my last friendship reading, and then after this reading, I'm going to get into all my romance readings for all the different ships because I like to be fair to everybody and all their ships. So this is my last friendship, and then I'm gonna get into romance, and then when I'm done with the romance stuff, then I can get into updating different friendships and romance and whatever. But like I said, I'm only one person. Be patient with me, and I'm gonna get around to everybody and their ships. So, all right, so let's begin. So this is going to be how Jimin views his friendship with Jungkook. Let me push these off to the side. So, okay. It's that and that. Okay. So, for my Ten of Wands card, I feel like Jimin looks at his friendship with Jungkook as somewhat of like he's feeling like he's carrying all the weight in the friendship. He feels like he's doing a lot in the friendship, and as you could see, it somewhat feels like a burden to him. Like the load looks like it's heavy, but he's still trying to carry it. Um, I also feel like this is kind of like affecting his solar plexus area. Maybe he feels like I forgot, what did the solar plexus represent? Hold on. The solar plexus area is like representing the I can um kind of area. I think he's feeling kind of burdened by that. Like he doesn't feel like he can do certain things in the friendship right now. And I think he feels like very kind of just burdened by that right there. I think this is more of how he views Jungkook. I think he views him as like the musician, and that he's magical. He has all of these talents and all of these things to create whatever he wants, but then he sees him being trapped in this fear. Like, I think he views Jungkook as being trapped in fear at this time because remember on the other readings, Jungkook is um, really having a difficulty and kind of being hard on himself on trying to, work on his music alone and do things, by himself. So yeah, I think that he views Jungkook as being trapped in this fear, and I think it's really causing like a burden or strain on their friendship with each other. So that's what I'm getting right there. How Jimin is currently viewing their friendship. Let's see. And this is going to be how Jungkook views his friendship with Jimin. Okay, so we have some like very intuitive, like spiritual cards. especially this shadow card and this third eye chakra card. Um, so for the Four of Cups, I feel as though Jungkook is like really kind of like off to himself, off in his own head, off um thinking and doing his own thing. And I feel like Jimin is the one that's offering that cup of like love and advice to him and everything, but he is just kind of like ignoring it or off doing his own thing. But I also think because of these very two intuitive, kind of like spiritual cards, I really think that Cookie is going through some kind of spiritual growth or enlightenment right now. And I think that's why he kind of has like his, as you see in a picture, kind of like his eyes closed off, dreaming and daydreaming. I'm thinking that he is getting some kind of like spiritual awakening going on within himself. Like he's really intuitive, he's really listening to like the higher ups, his guides, like something is going on to that effect. Plus I also think there is a lot of like intuitiveness, so kind of spiritual connection between him and Jimin. I think they have like a lot of spiritual kind of aspects to their friendship too. Um and then right now I think playing off of this card, I think the Page of Wands, I think right now Jungkook is only looking at his friendship with Jimin as like a work relationship right now. He's just basically preparing himself for a project too. Like he could be alone preparing himself for a project. And I think right now he's not really thinking about his friendship with Jimin. I think he's just thinking about his friendship with Jimin right now as just like a working relationship. But as you can see, I think that Jungkook is really in his head right now. He's very in his head. So, yeah, that's what I'm picking up for these two cards. Okay, so for the communication, so I got these two cards. I have this, and that. Okay. So for the so this is their what their communication looks like between each other. I think for the authority card, I think that they have that hierarchy thing in Korean culture, and so I think that Jimin probably speaks to Jungkook in sort of like an authoritative kind of a way, authoritative father-like kind of a way. And I think because of the Seven of Cups, they kind of like talk about all aspects of their friendship, but not, I don't think they're talking about it on a deep level or a truthful level because I don't see any swords. So I do think they do talk about all aspects of their friendship or take an assessment of it, because this is supposed to be a communication. I do think that for the hangman, could be like sort of like a surrender or a sacrifice, which I think that Jimin kind of like surrenders communication, as in like Jimin might try to hold on to what he really thinks or feels or how he wants to say things to Jungkook, but then he ends up just surrendering the communication, just ends up saying it, or yeah, just ends up just saying how he feels to Jungkook. I feel like for the Four of Pentacles, I think Jungkook holds on to some of his communication. As you can see, like he's holding on. I really feel like he holds on to. He doesn't really fully say how he feels to Jimin. I don't think he fully gives him the information of how he truly feels or view things to Jimin. I don't think that he fully communicates his plans to Jimin. I also feel like with the triumphant card, I feel like there is sometimes some breakthroughs in their communication where they could be triumphant with each other. I do feel like there is some breakthroughs with them. So yeah, that's all I really got on the communication between these two. Okay, so for Three of Swords. Okay, so this is going to be what the trust looks like. So yeah, this is what their trust looks like. They have some broken trust here. Some broken trust due to communication because of these Three of Swords. There is some kind of broken trust between these two. And I do think it has something to do with communication. And as we've seen in communication, now sometimes they don't fully communicate to each other how they really feel. And I think that's why this choose wisely card had came up, because maybe they didn't really choose too wisely of how they wanted to communicate certain things to each other. Also, I feel like this card pops up too for them to choose wisely in which direction they want their friendship to go in terms of trust. But it seems as though it is turning, they are building their trust back up because of the Love Begins card in this Wheel of Fortune card, which Wheel of Fortune does signifies like a completion of a cycle. So maybe this miscommunication and this broken of trust is that cycle is completed and they're moving on to a new phase in their friendship where they're building up the trust. And because of this Wheel of Fortune card is upright, that means like good things and good luck is going to come in their friendship, and their trust will be built back up and be strong and with love because of this Love Begins card. So and then you have the one, so it's like, oh, we're back at one, we're back at square one with our trust, and we can build it up from here. So I think that's what's happening in their trust and their friendship. So, rocky start but great finish for them. Okay, so this is the past, present, and future in their friendship. Put these up some more so I got some room. Oop, and that was here, that was there. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so we have these two cards. We have the um Two of Swords, which is that standstill card, and then we have partnerships and alliances. I feel like the partnerships and alliances is at a standstill because of this Two of Swords. I feel as though they're kind of blind to this partner and alliances. I feel like they kind of right now have kind of gone their separate ways, but this is like in past tense. So in the past, they kind of really went their own ways, or it was at a standstill, and they really just didn't see each other as like a partnership or an alliance, and they kind of was just like this person off doing their own thing, this person off doing their own thing. So that's like in the past tense. This is in the recent past where I feel like because this base chakra is about like survival and getting your most basic needs met, and I don't feel like they were getting the most basic needs met in the friendship. So I think they both kind of just left it where it was and just continued on to whatever they were continuing on to, or could be continuing on with work and just leaving the friendship alone with the cups. So that was in the recent past where they kind of just left each other alone. They just kind of left it where it was. And then this is the most present, which is I felt like they got tired of being defensive with each other, and I felt like they got tired of kind of fighting each other or defending themselves to each other, and they just kind of just moved on. And that's piggybacking off of this card, just moving on. They're tired of fighting, so they're just moving on to the next phase, to the next thing, just cutting their losses and just moving on with the friendship. And then here we go with that communication, with the not fully communicating something, and the temptation card. I feel as though, huh, because I really feel like this is more of Jungkook. I really feel like he is not fully communicating his wants and his needs in the friendship, and then he's going off to like do his own thing. Yeah, and then plus I feel like and this is like the recent future, there's some kind of sneakiness going on, and I really feel like this is Jungkook. Some sort of sneakiness is going on because this temptation card is here, and I feel like there's some kind of like sneakiness going on behind the scenes. Like feel like somebody is telling somebody one thing, but then they're going off to do another. So that's how I'm feeling about this swords card and their friendship. I really feel like somebody in the friendship is telling them one thing and then going off to do something else. Okay, so for the Nine of Pentacles, and this is going to be in the far future. I think that they're going to get their friendship back on track because this has something to do with work, and they're going to be enjoying the fruits of their labor and all of that stuff. And I really do think this is Jungkook because this is Pentacles. I think that he's finally going to open up and communicate because of this throat chakra, which is in charge of the voice. And I really think that he is going to openly communicate and share his music and openly communicate to Jimin and probably share music with him and share all of his work and share what he worked hard on in the recent future. Not recent future, sorry, far future. In the far future. So I guess in the far future, he is going to finally complete whatever task he felt like he had to do alone and then share that with Jimin. And I think they are going to get their friendship like back on track. And then again, like I'm thinking like maybe too, this could be contain the work too, where he's just telling Jimin maybe a little bit about his work, but then going off to the side to do all these other things in his work, like just giving Jimin like a taste of his work and then going off to the side and doing the rest of the work that he's been doing by himself or trying to do by himself. So that's what I think too could be going on in that card. But yeah, like right now they're moving on from the past, trying to, go into a better friendship. And I think some of their friendship is at a halt right now because, Jungkook is off doing his own thing. He's in his own head right now. And then Jimin is off doing his own thing too, working hard on whatever this comeback is and his own thing too. So yeah, that's what I really think is going on in their friendship, which surprised me because it seems a little rocky. It seems a little rocky right now, but it is moving into a better place. And I really think that Jungkook is he going through something, y'all. He going through something, and we gonna pray for him. We gonna have a prayer session for Jungkook so he can get his self back on track because he is really taking this whole making his own music thing very seriously, very to heart. And I think due to his immaturity, he's not really handling it properly to where he's pushing people away and kind of like ruining friendships a little bit. But Yeah, it's just due to his immaturity. He just have a lot of growing up to do. And remember, he's just still so young. He's still like, I don't know, like what is he, 20, 21 now? Yeah, he's still young. He's just still got to learn. He got to learn to let people help him on the things that he lacks, but he's growing up right now. He's going through a growth period. I think he's really going through like a growth period right now. And you know, he thinks that he has to do this growth period all by himself, and he really don't. He can get some of his other brothers to help him, but he don't realize that right now. So yeah, some of this is bumpy. Some of this is bumpy, but it's gonna get straightened out. I think too that his older brothers is not used to him. I think that they are not used to him pushing back or being so secretive or not open with them. I think that they are not used to him like kind of standing up for himself and him saying, no, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I think that they're not really used to that. I think that's why some of them are getting their feelings hurt. But yeah, that's all I really have, y'all. That's all I got. We gonna have a prayer visual for Cookie. Gonna have prayer visual for Cookie and help him through his hard time. Jesus Lord. So so yeah, I really been appreciating all the in-depth comments and everything like that. Like you guys are awesome. And so yeah, so I'm just gonna end this. I'm just gonna say again, if anybody wants a personal reading, all of everything that I offer is in the description box below. You could come talk to me, and yeah, we'll work through whatever we have to work through. So also again, let me remind everybody, I'm gonna get around to all of the romance readings, okay, and whatever else readings that you request or suggest that you guys have. I probably already have that reading. Please go to the BTS master list in the description box below. And yeah, so yeah, so that's it. I am done, and thank you everyone for the love and support on the videos. And I will see everybody in the next reading. Bye.